Welcome back to KIMT News 3 at 5. Let's bring in Storm Alert Weather 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox. And Sarah, we said we didn't have the sun much, and maybe that's a good thing because of how sticky it is right now.
Yeah, if we had a lot more of that sunshine, it would have been a very, very warm summer day because it was already a hot summer day as it is, and also very humid, just as Ryan alluded to. And we can see that by looking at the dew points. Dew points are quite high, as many of us are in the 70s, some of us even in the upper 70s, including Charles City, New Hampton at 77, and Albert Lea once again steaming 79-degree dew point with 82 degrees as the current temperature out there. Of course, that does bring in a real feel, a heat index that is a little higher than that 82. Just to put it in perspective, what does it mean when we have a dew point that's in the 70s? Downright tropical, but with many of us inching toward that 80-degree mark, it's even stickier than that, it feels. So it is a humid day, but it is still very much summertime, so a nice reminder of that. And just taking a peek at two different cities not too far apart, Albert Lea and Austin, the difference in sky cover is definitely noticeable, but even if you squint and taking a peek, you can still see that there's also plenty of haze in both cities and really across the region. Once again, we are dealing with wildfire smoke, and you can kind of pick up on a little of that if you're looking at visible satellite for a long enough time. So there is that layer, but you also are going to, of course, notice the cloud cover, how it came in pretty strong and then started to fade away. That's where we're at right now, in that moment where things are starting to fade away and we're getting a little sunshine through. And we're also starting to see a little activity begin to bubble up. Most of that is further off to the west. That's where it would start off, at least, and as it comes closer and closer to us, we'll start to see the chances roll our way. How soon? Let's take a peek at Futurecast. This is around 10 p.m. tonight. Not much really going on, just a few more clouds coming and going, even as we do get into the overnight. But as we get into Tuesday morning, that's when we start to see some of this activity. It's supposed to be there on Futurecast. All right, I'll have to take a peek at that, but let's take a look here, see if the rain timeline, there we go. This has given us a much better look at that precipitation chance as we roll through the overnight and into tomorrow morning's commute. In fact, the darker green there indicating that we could get some pockets of heavy rainfall during that time, not to mention the possibility for some storms. Yeah, that is what we're seeing. They could become severe as well. Now, this is a look at overnight's potential. As you can see, some of us are in that level 3 zone, so likely severity, with the main threat being wind. The secondary threat is going to be more the large hail. And what I didn't show is that we also see that chance lingering into Tuesday. However, the level 3 risk does go down, so our chances for severity are definitely there during the overnights and start to lower as we come into some of the more late morning. And then after that, we're going to heat back up for Tuesday, back to about where we are right now.
Yeah, I'm already looking ahead of that weekend, though. I don't like all that rain on that graphic.
Yeah, quite a bit to see, not to mention the cool down that comes with it.
Okay, thanks, Sarah.